Today is a big day, June 29th, 2024. I'm in LeClaire, Iowa because LeClaire, Iowa is celebrating its 190th birthday this weekend, and they're celebrating it big with the Buffalo Bill Wild West show right here at Cody Elementary School, and I had to be here for that. And Griner Auto Body of Washington, Iowa, using state-of-the-art techniques and decades of experience to get your car back on the road after an accident. Car Doctor of Washington, Iowa, no matter who Frankensteined it, they can fix and clean and customize it. McDonald Boneyard of Keota, Iowa, for all of your farm equipment and auto recycling needs. Hinshaw Trailer Sales of Richland, Iowa. You need a trailer, they've got your trailer, and they fix what they sell and don't in their full-time repair shop. Girling Repair of Winfield, Iowa. If your mower is dead, call Fred, your Husqvarna, Aaron's, and Gravely dealer. B&B Propane and the family of Jet Stops. And Blue Dog Lawn Care of Wayland, Iowa, for all of your residential and commercial lawn care needs. And when the snow flies, they remove that for you too. They all present Southeast Iowa today. I'm John Bain, author of Christie's Journey, The Beat Goes On, and your host. Let's check out the Buffalo Bill Wild West show. Before we get to all the fun of the Wild West show with Buffalo Bill Cody, I thought I'd show you how much these folks take this in the reenactment world. I mean, they actually set this up the way that Buffalo Bill Cody and his fellow performers would have done in the 1800s, and that is, you can see they've turned Cody Elementary, which is right there, back into the days of the traveling Wild West show. And I thought, hey, that is just so cool to see, and I wanted to share it with you, the audience. We'll just kind of take a little mosey up this way. Mosey, for you folks that don't know what that means, that's just a little meandering walk, little slow, casual walk. Imagine we'll be seeing several of these horses in the show today. I think they agree. Especially this one. I wish I could say he did that on cue, but I can't. But I can because he's a performer. The TP here. Right over here is the Honorable William F. Cody's tent. That's Miss Annie Oakley there. And there he is, LeClaire, Iowa's own Honorable William F. Cody. Look at all of this. This is just really incredible. It's like I drove a DeLorean and went back in time. Greg, welcome to the program.
Oh, thank you very much.
This is a wonderful day for a big event.
It's a beautiful day out. Couldn't be better. After yesterday where it rained all day, this is a beautiful day.
Yes, sir. Now, tell me how you've gotten involved with this spectacular Wild West show with Buffalo Bill Cody.
Oh, man. Well, I've been doing it for probably over 12 years now, and I started with another gentleman who used to do a Wild West show named Jim Brown. And he had been friends of mine years ago when I was younger. I used to be a Civil War reenactor, and I knew him through Civil War reenacting. And I saw him years later, and I hadn't seen him for a while, and he said, "Hey, we're doing a Wild West show. Why don't you guys come up and do a Wild West show?" So I said, "Sure, why not?" Tried it out, had a blast, and been here ever since.
Well, you sure look the part.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Now, what will be your part today in the program?
I work in the crew, or I work with the crew in the center of the arena that sets up targets and sets up props and then takes them down, and we're kind of responsible for the flow of the show. So we make sure that there's not any lags and that everything that's supposed to be out there is out there, so all the acts really run smoothly.
Well, I can't wait to see this.
It should be fun.
I'm looking forward to it. I was telling somebody off camera, I said, if you are of a certain age, you folks are actually living a lot of people's dream.
Yeah. When I was growing up, I mean, the Cowboys and Indians, and and playing Army, and I've gotten to do all of that in my lifetime. So I'm just a big kid basically. So, but it is a lot of fun. Yeah, you're right, living the dream.
That's right. And doesn't it make life more fun when you just stay a big kid?
You know what? I often say I used to be a teacher, so I taught for 30 years in public school. And the kids would be like, "Mr. McKean, you're always in a good mood. You're always happy." And maybe not all the time, but for the most time. And I said, "Look, I've been happy and I've been sad. Happy's a lot more fun." So you know what? That's my goal in life, just to stay happy and kind of go with the flow.
Well, Greg, it's nice to meet a happy man like you.
Very nice meeting you, sir.
Thank you for being on the program.
All right, it's my pleasure. You have a wonderful day.
To you. I'll tell you what, I am very blessed to be able to bring you podcast episodes like this. And if this is the first time you've watched, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. Just give us a like, push that little button, subscribe, and if you haven't done it yet, this is a good time to do it. George, you are the traveling blacksmith this weekend.
Yes, and good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. Wow.
So what are you thinking of the ground so far in the setup?
It's just cool. As I said before in the program, this is people of a certain age's dream. You guys are living it out right here.
Boy, it was my childhood dream. Be a cowboy.
Yeah. Yeah. And look at that. You're twisting that metal or that steel. How hot did that have to be for you to be able to do that?
About 2,200 degrees.
22.
Anything hotter than that, then it's going to be so soft it won't just twist; it'll just fall apart. So
that's incredible.
When you watch your heat, you watch your color of your metal, and you bring it to that red heat, and it'll twist nice.
Oh wow, that is so cool. Boy, blacksmithing, it's a lost art, isn't it?
It is, and 150 years ago, a community didn't survive without a blacksmith. That was your hardware store. That was your everything. Your doors, your hinges, your latches, your nails. You could not build a city without a blacksmith shop. Couldn't fix a wagon wheel. Couldn't do a thing. So
for sure.
So yeah, we the blacksmithing, and it is almost a lost art. The more I've gotten involved with it, the more I find people doing it. So it is growing.
Wow, it's just incredible to see. I mean, this whole encampment for the Wild West show is just amazing, and to see a real working blacksmith in person is quite a rare opportunity for a lot of us.
So
yeah.
Well, I try to keep it going. So
well, you're doing a great job, George. Thank you for your time today.
You bet.
And thanks for being on Southeast Iowa today.
All right.
Up next, my big interview and conversation with Buffalo Bill. Buffalo Bill, welcome back home.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
All right. Well, we're inside your tent right now, and you've got some neat things on display.
Yep, this is the Buffalo Bill's Best of the Wild West World Headquarters you're in right now.
Wow.
And we've got display cases here, some of the memorabilia. This particular pistol we got right here is a 58 Remington with ivory grips. That was Buffalo Bill's favorite pistol. He carried it for years and years. And finally, he gave it away to a friend as a Christmas present late in his life. He actually wrote on one of his business cards an inscription, and that's a replica of that.
Wow.
And this is a write-up on it. But he always said that was the gun that never failed him. And that just so happened to be when it went up for auction, the original pistol, that was the second highest price for a pistol ever. The only pistol to command more money at auction was when Billy the Kid's gun went up. So this was
Wow.
a highly sought after piece.
Oh man.
The watch fob we got right here was when I did the shows with Pawnee Bill. So that's Pawnee Bill and Buffalo Bill. That's an original. A friend of mine, his grandfather had that, got it at the shows as a souvenir, and that was his prized possession for most of his life.
I can imagine.
And he
so.
gave that to me as a gift about a year ago.
That is incredible.
And then this is what they would throw for target balls, that they're actually glass balls.
Oh, wow.
So they throw those up in the air and shoot them out of the sky. Today, when I come into the arena, I come in at a dead run, and they throw aerial targets for me, and I'll shoot those with a pistol, and then I do some long range shots with my rifle.
That's going to be cool. That is going to be cool. This is just incredible. How long have you been a modern day Buffalo Bill?
Well, I've been living out of a teepee for closing in on 40 years now, and I've been portraying Buffalo Bill. This is our 11th year doing it, and there was a predecessor, and he did it for probably about the same length of time. So this troupe has been going on for close to 25, 30 years now.
That's incredible. Now, when the Buffalo Bill was doing his Wild West show, he was up there in age. He did it for quite a while.
It actually spanned 5 decades, because he did theater tours first. So those were like the 1870s, and then it was in 1883 when he finally started doing the full-blown arena shows like you're going to see here.
Yeah.
And so he did that from 1883 till about, he passed on at 1917, and he was still going around in a carriage in the shows up until like 1916.
And in his day, he was a world-renowned celebrity.
Most famous person on earth, most photographed person, you name it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's incredible. Well, I thank you for your time today.
You betcha.
I'm looking forward to the show. I'm looking forward to sharing with the audience, and I wish you all the best.
All right.
And now, on with the show.
As we welcome in our horses and riders, we'd like to give them just a few minutes to warm up. While they're doing that, folks, just a reminder, you're going to see Annie Oakley, Johnny Baker, and the Congress of Rough Riders, sharpshooters, funny men, and trick riders. That and much, much more, all coming up, folks, in just a few minutes. Meet us here back at the arena.
Yeehaw! Everybody yeehaw! Wait. On three! I want to get a big yeehaw on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3! There we go! Thank you!
We would also like to welcome the Lockstep Drill Team all the way from La Crosse, Wisconsin to be here with you folks today. Entertainment. It is a review of the down-to-earth events that made the American frontier. In less than 15 years, this great nation will celebrate the 20th century. We do not know what glories await us in the future, but we do know the past that laid the foundation. And that foundation was not built from heroes, but from the anonymous settler. Their home was but a shack roofed in with sod. Ofttimes the floor was made of clay. One door shut out the wind and storm. One window greeted the dawning day. These brave souls survived not only nature, but the fierce instincts of man, paving the way for the heroes that endured. Welcome then to real events enacted by men and women of the American frontier, to whose courage, strength, and above all their faith, this piece of our history is dedicated. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Nate Salisbury, Buffalo Bills business partner and your announcer for today. And introducing our musical director for this afternoon, the maestro Bill Sweeney. Heading our show with a big bang is the 10th Wisconsin Light Artillery Battery. The 10th Wisconsin fought in 5 major battles before joining General Sherman's March to the Sea in 1863. Ladies and gentlemen, with small children, cowboys and cowgirls, this is going to be a bit of a bang here, so we want to warn you folks, plug your ears. Watch now, folks, as they reload and fire a second round. At this time, we'd like to ask any servicemen or women, past or present, and also if there are any family members, relatives of servicemen or women, to also stand and be recognized. Thank you all for your... And join in the singing Buffalo Bill's favorite American song by John Stafford Smith. Lyrics by Francis Scott Key. Oh, say can you see? It was Buffalo Bill's belief that this could and should be our next national anthem. Will you please rise? And now, ladies and gentlemen, kids of all ages, here they are, the stars of the Wild West. Starting off with your mountain men and Native Americans. Little Miss Sure Shot, Annie Oakley. Johnny Baker, the Cowboy Kid. Dr. Gatling and his lovely assistant. And the rest of your townspeople. Our ladies of the Wild West Side Saddle Riders. Lulu Bell Parr, Buffalo Bill's favorite cowgirl. And let us not forget the king of the cowboys, Buck Taylor. And the rest of the Congress of Rough Riders of the world.
John.
Our lockstep drill team. And finally, the man you've been waiting for, the man who is the Wild West, America's national entertainer, LeClaire's favorite son, Buffalo Bill Cody.
Thank you all for coming out today, and we're going to give you the best of the Wild West. Are you ready to see the best of the Wild West? Then Rough Riders, let's ride.
Folks, Buffalo Bill's Wild West is legendary for presenting epic scenes of the great American West. In that tradition, we present to you one of the earliest scenes of the Western era, the Pathfinders of the day, known simply as the Mountain Men. They braved the elements, treacherous rivers, and forbidding territory that no white man had ever seen. Along the way, they encountered the original inhabitants of these vast stretches of the interior. They were the Mandan from Missouri, Pawnee from the Central Plain, and the Crow, who were well associated all over up in the mountain regions. And one of the most feared tribes of all, the Lakota. Often to gain safe passage through such territory, the mountain men would present gifts to the Native Americans. These were tense moments because if anything went wrong, it could cost the mountain men their lives. Here we see a trade being done for blankets for pelts. It looks like the trade was successful. It was this kind of steely nerve that was needed to open the West for further exploration and settlement.
Happy 190th birthday, LeClaire, Iowa. You're looking good.
On the Western Plains, the peerless lady wing shot, Annie Oakley. Born Phoebe Ann Moses, she soon became known as Little Annie Moses in Darke County, Ohio. She learned to shoot at a young age to help feed her family after her father died. Before long, one name became synonymous with sharpshooting. Let's see if you can help us spell it out as she fires at these targets. Annie entered local shooting contests, frequently beating her male counterparts. A difficult shot, the 2-for-1 axe shot. Shooting at an axe blade, splitting the bullet, and hitting a target simultaneously on each side. She made it! On Thanksgiving Day, Annie's brother-in-law entered her in a shooting contest against Mr. Frank Butler, who was a world champion shooter. Annie won the match in Butler's heart and married a year later. Frank was performing with the Sells Brothers Circus when his partner became too ill to perform. Annie stepped in to hold targets for Frank. When Frank missed several times, the man called out, "Let the girl shoot!" So Annie picked up the gun and shot this target. Annie became Frank's new partner, choosing the stage name Annie Oakley after the name of the town she shot her first match in. Frank soon became her manager, teaching her all the difficult shots he knew. As she prepared for an audition with Buffalo Bill's Wild West, she built up her stamina by shooting at 5,000 glass balls, successfully breaking 4,772 of them. Watch now as Annie shoots these aerial targets. Annie, that looks like a pretty neat trick, but do you really have anything just a bit more challenging? You have a quarter? What are you gonna do with the quarter? You gonna pay up? She's gonna shoot it, ladies and gentlemen. Did she hit it? There it is, folks. A young man by the name of Will Rogers had attended Buffalo Bill's Wild West in Chicago and was inspired by the fancy roping of Vincent Oropeza. Will soon became known as the Ropin' Fool. Several years later, he taught Annie to twirl a rope. Of course, Annie had to add shooting as well. Annie and Frank were hired by Buffalo Bill and began the greatest adventure of their lives. It was during this time that Sitting Bull gave her the nickname of Little Miss Sure Shot. In 1893, Buffalo Bill set up his extravaganza in Chicago, right across from the World's Fair. They performed 186 days straight for over 6 million people. This is the shot that Annie became famous for. Ladies and gentlemen, what you're about to see, your eyes won't believe. The signature shot of Miss Annie Oakley. She made it, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, the Peerless Lady Wing Shot, Miss Annie Oakley. To get mail from back east to California. They would carry mail pouches and change horses every 10 to 15 miles. Each rider would have to cover 75 to 100 miles at a stretch. Then they would hand the mail off to the next rider. The ad for new riders read, "Must be expert riders willing to risk death daily." They were expected to endure brutal weather, unforgiving terrain, and hostile natives. What's going on here? Oh my gosh. I think she wanted that package to go off to Fort Worth, but looks like it's going to have to go to Sacramento instead.
What a day it has been at Cody Elementary in LeClaire, Iowa for the Buffalo Bill Wild West Show, and happy 190th birthday to LeClaire, Iowa. And thank you for watching today. And I want to thank our sponsors, Griner Auto Body, Car Doctor, McDonald Boneyard, Hinshaw Trailer Sales, Girling Repair, B&B Propane and the family of Jet Stops, and Blue Dog Lawn Care. I'm your host, John Bain. Stay friendly, Southeast Iowa.